Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Azmina. Thank you for joining me today. Yin Yoga is a great way to help reduce inflammation in the body, which can cause chronic pain and other ailments like heart disease, fatigue, and even obesity. So these Yin practices help us tap into our parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and digest system, away from fight or flight, which is the sympathetic nervous system. And most of us are in this fight or flight system a lot these days during this pandemic. So this type of practices will help to restore balance and help heal. Today we'll be covering most of the meridians, liver, kidney, spleen, and I'll talk more about these as we do our practice. And the joints that we'll be targeting are the spine, hips, hamstrings, and shoulders. So please come and join me and give this practice a try. And like and subscribe. If you do like it, give it a thumbs up. So let's get started with our hands in Gyan Mudra. Sit in a comfortable position, whatever is right for you. And just take a few quiet moments to arrive into our space and into our body. Start to relax into your seat. Feel the floor underneath you, your spine lifting tall. Soften into your body, surrendering. Begin to observe the state of your mind in this moment. Always noticing what we're feeling before, where we're feeling it, and after our practice we can notice if there's been any shift. So watch the mind, remain a witness. Notice how you're feeling emotionally, feel the heart center. And Yin is a great way to help us to really connect with everything that arises rather than running away, which can also be a cause of stress and pain in the body. How is this physical body? Notice from head to toe, inside out. If there's any tightness or pain anywhere. And just notice and feel. And notice your subtle body. Are you feeling a connection to your higher self? Perhaps calm and ease, sense of well-being. No judgments, no analyzing, just be and watch. And let's just take 3 breaths before we begin our practice. So really with presence, inhale, expand the belly, rib cage and chest. Exhale, draw the chest in, ribs in and lower belly squeezes in. Continue on your own. Inhale, expanding, breathing with the whole body. Exhale, letting go, contracting, surrendering, which is the essence of Yin, is to surrender. Let's do 1 more breath. Notice how these just few breaths really shift the energy in the mind, heart, and body. words of wisdom today by Fra Giovanni. She said, welcome it, be tender to it, whatever it is, and you grasp the angel's hand. Welcome it, be tender to it, whatever it is, and you grasp the angel's hand. So perhaps you can embody this quote throughout the practice today, or let it go and set your own intention. And let's begin our practice. And I did forget to mention that you will need a strap or tie or belt. So maybe you want to pause the video and just grab that. And I like to always have a blanket near me. I was sitting on it in case we need it, okay? So go ahead and do that. And we'll come into our first pose then, after you've grabbed your blanket and strap, taking your right leg out to the side, left foot into the right inner thigh. And then we're going to just fold over that leg, and this is called half butterfly. So allow yourself to come to your first edge, round into posture, folding over that right leg until you start to feel a sensation. It doesn't have to be too deep. Just something that you're feeling, and I'm feeling it in my lower back. Now, once you've found your edge, relax. Relax into your back of your leg. And let your shoulders and face relax. Drop your head. If dropping the head doesn't work for you, take your elbows onto your thigh, one elbow at least, and place your forehead on your hand like this. Otherwise, just relax, palms facing up. And begin your breathing. Once we've come to our edge, we relax all the muscles and then we hold for time. So Yin is about relaxing the muscles. Let go of the engagement of your thigh right now. Allow your inhale to bring in the new. Exhale, letting go of the old, surrender. Really soften. Find ease in this posture as much as you can. And we've already been here for 1.5 minutes. Just a little over a minute to go. So we're getting a little bit of hamstring stretch here, but more so in the spine. So we're working the urinary bladder meridian here, the energy line, which helps to circulate fluid around the muscles and connective tissue, the organs. And when it's blocked, it starts to block and cause inflammation in the body when this doesn't happen. So we get this pain around our joints and muscles. Breathe in and breathe out. We'll stay for another 2 or 3 breaths, please. Remember to listen to your body. Release whenever your body is telling you. Otherwise, try to stay with the discomfort. In yoga, we do feel some discomfort, but pain is not acceptable. One more breath. Let go of striving. And then slowly come back to center. Take a moment. Feel the flow of energy, perhaps, the subtle movement within. And then switching legs. Left leg out to the side. And then turn towards that leg. Inhale, and then exhale, fold over that leg now until you feel some sort of resistance. No pain, but some finding that first edge. Take your time. Don't move too far, too deep. With time, your body will let you move deeper. If you like, you can focus your breathing on a count of 4 on the inhale or 5, and then exhale to a count of 6 or 8. Soften the back of your thighs, please. The front of your thigh. Inhaling light, healing, and spaciousness. Exhaling all inflammation and pain out of your body. Soften your face, please, and your shoulders and arms, legs, feet even. And really notice if your body is ready to go deeper. It's less than a minute to go. Let go of the shoulders and just soften and relax. And this will also help with releasing low back stiffness and pain. Two more breaths, please. Try not to engage your thighs. And then take your time. After the yin poses are done, you really want to take your time to come out because we've been holding it for a while. It takes a while for the tissues to lengthen again. Come and sit for a moment in any position and just notice. Then we'll come into Sphinx Pose now. So come to lay down on your belly. And we'll do Sphinx and Seal together if that works for you, or you can stay in Sphinx the whole time. Elbows underneath your shoulders. If this is too much for you, bring them forward a little bit. And you can separate the arms and even separate the legs if that's too much for you. Otherwise, keep the legs hip width apart, lift one leg, stretch it out, and then place it down. Then the other leg and place it down. And let's begin here. So 2 minutes for Sphinx, and then we'll do Seal if that works. So now relax. Let go of your back. If there's any pinchiness in the lower back, tighten the glutes a little bit. Otherwise, soften and just stay. Breathe here. Now we're targeting the kidney meridian, bringing fresh prana and energy here. Breathing in 4, exhale 6, or 5 and 8. It is said that our determination comes from this organ here, kidneys. All these poses that we're doing are really helping to target really and release inflammation from our whole body. Feel what's happening, and the shoulder joints are targeted here, the back. Almost done. And pause for a moment, coming down. And bring the elbows back underneath or where they were. And now we're going to move into Seal, which is where we're going to just straighten the arms, move the arms forward a little bit, palms facing outwards. And if this is too much on your back, you will feel it in your lower back. Discomfort is okay, pain is not. If this doesn't work, come down to Sphinx again, okay? So let's start, and just for 1 minute, relax the shoulders. Focus on the breath, please. Inhale, vitality. Exhale, tension, pain from the body. Almost done. Really pay attention to what's happening. Pay attention to your breath. Slowly releasing down into Sphinx. And come straight into Child Pose from here. You can widen your knees. Stack your forehead onto fists if that helps. Or forehead on the floor. Exhale, cleansing breath. Open mouth, sigh. And just take a moment to notice how you're feeling. Perhaps take your hands and massage the lower back, the mid back, gentle love to the kidneys and the spine. And then you're going to need your, you may need your strap here. It's a quad stretch, which will target the stomach meridian on the top of the legs, okay? So the function of the stomach is to digest that food, and if this energy line is blocked, the food will not be digested, causing bloating and a lot of other stuff, and then inflammation and pain. So this is what it's going to look like. You're going to bend the left forearm, grab hold, forehead can stay on the forearm, grab hold of your right ankle. If that doesn't work, you'll take your strap and you'll loop it around that right ankle, bring that left forearm down again, and you're going to hold. So we're not going to lift the leg up. You just want to feel a stretch on the thigh, on the quad, okay? So do what works for you. And we're going to stay here for 3 minutes. We'll try. So go ahead and come into your right quad first, pulling the right heel towards your bottom to feel that stretch on the quad. And relax now. Find that breath, please. 4 and 6. Exhale. Inhale 5, exhale 8. If you're okay with placing your forehead on the floor, go ahead and do that. But I think on the forearm kind of gives it a more of a stretch on the quad. Try not to move once you're in your pose. Only move if there's pain or if you have to go deeper or ease out. Soften and soften even more. Surrender. Your arm is working a little bit here, more like a yang style. But relax the thigh, pressing it into the floor. If you need to release, please listen to your body. Try to have your both knees as close together as possible. And then relax the thigh. Almost done. And release. Bring the arms by your side. Cheek to one side or forehead down. Relax and feel each side. And then we'll do the other side. Use your strap or your left hand. Bring the knees together, legs together. And pull on that heel towards your bottom as much as you can. Forehead goes on the right forearm. And then relax that left thigh. Breathe and soften. Inhale, calm, vitality. Exhale, letting go of the old. Frustration, pain, stiffness. Relax both legs, your glutes, and your back. Again, remember to listen to your body. If this is getting too much for you, please stop and rest. Notice this side. On the other hand, we do want to practice patience. This teaches us to be with what is arising and be kind to it, as Giovanni said. Whatever it is, be tenderful, loving. Let it be there. And then slowly release. Rest with your cheek to one side. Arms can be by your side. Notice the shoulders, notice the legs. And then we're going to come into our next pose, which is a forward bend or dangling. And so come up to standing. In Yin, they call it dangling. And I think this one targets the large intestine. So it's just standing hip width apart. You can bend your knees here. This is where you may need your strap. It's with a variation. So we're going to interlace our fingers. Remember, your knees can be bent. And you're just going to hang and allow your head, your neck to completely relax here. Even though your arms are working, you want to keep some softness in there. If this doesn't work for you, you'll take your strap, hold the strap about shoulder width apart, a little bit less. Wrists can be facing each other, and then you'll stay here. Okay, so let's start. We'll try for 2 minutes here for this one. Relax your face. Relax your throat, your neck and shoulders, your head. Remember to bend the knees. Soften your feet. Upper back is working here too. Try to find some softness here. Deep breath in to a count of 4 or 5. Exhale to a count of 6 or 8. Letting go, be soft, let everything be as it is. If you have any pain, you will release. If you have discomfort, you will just breathe through that. And slowly release the arms behind you. Bend your knees. Come to sit to notice how you feel. Relax the arms. If sitting on your heels doesn't work, sit on your cross-legged or wide legs. And just notice. Feel the after effects of this pose, the rebound. Upper back, arms, face, throat. And then come to lay down on your belly again, moving into the small intestine. And we're going to do what they call Albatross Arms. It's just crossing the arms. So you're going to cross, let's start with whatever arm is more open, whatever shoulder is more open for you. You will place that on top. And you want until cross the arms at the elbows or wherever you can. And your forehead will go on the arms. Chest is on the floor. If this is really too much for you, take your one arm underneath and do it this way. The other arm in front. Okay? This one we're going to attempt again for 2 minutes each. So find your cross. Let go of any sighs that are coming up naturally for you. If your forehead doesn't work on which for me it isn't, I'm putting my chin on the upper arms. You should be feeling this in your upper back. Your palms are facing up. Your shoulders, your arms. So you may be wondering, why does this target the small intestine? Well, the meridian line runs through the outside of the arms, the small intestine, I believe. Don't quote me though, but I'll have to go back to my books and check. And breathe your 4 to 6 inhale and exhale. Small intestine and large intestine, stomach, all are important in helping to absorb the nutrients of the food that we eat into the bloodstream. And again, if the line is blocked, the organ will not function properly, causing inflammation to rise, which causes pain. Enjoy that opening in the upper back. Couple more breaths if you can. Or release. Now remember to take your time. Bend the elbows first. And just pause with your forehead down, elbows bent. And let the rest of the pose in between allow you to receive the benefits. And then we'll switch arms, bringing your other arm on top. Or do the variation that works for you. And then if you can, forehead goes on the upper arms. If not, chin can rest there. Breathe. Allow your hips to be as even as possible. And chest on the floor as much as you can. Really relax upper back and arms. Find softness, relaxation, and surrender. Try not to have the shoulders scrunching up. Really soften them. Breathe and smile. And time to release. Nice and slow. Bend the elbows first. Come up nice and slow. And then have your cheek to one side or forehead on the floor and just allow yourself to receive. Feel the upper back, the arms. Feel the energy. Or imagine that you feel it. And then we're going to come up to our next pose, which is Swan Pose. In the Hatha Yoga, they call it pigeon. In Yin, they call it swan. More graceful, I guess, the swan, right? So I'll give you an option because this is what it looks like. I'll show you. The swan looks like this, and then we'll come to resting swan or pigeon. This may not work, or if you wanted to try it, and your hips are too high. Do it this way so you can see. So if you're going to choose this first version, and the hips are coming off the floor, this is where your blanket will come in handy. And you don't want to be like this. You do want your hips to be level. And you do want your front foot flexed to protect the knee. Okay, and we'll stay here and then come down. If this is just not working for you, Then you will do the figure four variation on your back like this. Here you can use your strap to try it on the opposite thigh and flexing the foot. So this is a modification. And again, if you want to try the swan, you can, otherwise do the figure four. So if you're doing the swan, you first come to sit on your right heel. Then be mindful of your knees. If it doesn't work, go back to figure four. So bringing that right heel in front of your left hip, wherever you can. Some people can really go 90 degrees. I'm not there. And then left leg back. And again, you can prop yourself up with a blanket. We'll stay here for 3 breaths first before we come down to rest. Roll the shoulders back and down. Inhale. Exhale. You can keep those back toes curled for now. And then come down to rest. Here you can even have another blanket. Sorry about that. In front, to have your arms, elbows on top like this, if that's what works for you. And if you're feeling flexible, have your arms bent, forehead on the hands or forearms. And we will try for 2 minutes. 2 to 3, but I'm going to set it for 2. And relax, let go. Start to feel this in your right glute, right outer leg. Find your breath to help you stay in the pose comfortably and to stay present. Presence is the key to freedom, as Eckhart Tolle says. Freedom from suffering. Soften your hips, your legs, arms, face. So we're targeting the gallbladder meridian here. Runs on the outer leg. And it pairs really well with the liver, which is going to be our next pose. And if this meridian is blocked, then the bile that is produced from the gallbladder does not neutralize the acid in the stomach. And when that happens, then the pH level in the blood really starts to go high, causing inflammation. I'll stay for another few more breaths if you can, or release and rest. One more breath. Really feel what's happening in your hip. And try not to fight it. And slowly come up. Let's do a little downward dog here just to release Find some movement, gentle movement. Don't make it your active dog. Just walk the dog, be a little bit less engaged. And then come down, and we'll do the other side. So bringing that left knee, if you're doing the swan, left knee towards between your hands, and then start to move. So I'll just move to the other side so you guys can see. Okay. And then, again, for this side, every side is different. So I do need a blanket to prop up my left hip and bottom to start with, and then with time it releases. So roll your shoulders, stay here for 3 breaths first, upright, tenting, making a tent with your fingers. And then come down in the swan or figure 4 pose, whatever you chose to do. Forehead on your hands or elbows on the blanket or another cushion. And then relax and let go and just breathe. Inhale 4, exhale 6. Again, release with a sigh if that's what your body is needing. And listen to your body. Try not to move. Relax those hips and let go of what you're holding on to here. Anger, grief, frustration. All the junk gets stored in the hips, the pelvis. You can release or stay for another few breaths if you can. We've done 2 minutes. If you can, stay. If not, release. But if you're staying, just be present with whatever is coming up. Even if it's discomfort, real discomfort, you can do this. Relax and let go. And this pose is great for sciatica as well. One more breath, please. And then engage your core to slowly come up. Nice and slow. Take your time. Come into a downward dog. And then come down nice and slow. Moving into our next pose, which is straddle fold, or wide-legged forward bend. So again, widen your legs, only as wide as you can go. Oh yeah, and then here, forgot to mention that you may need your bolster or block, but you can just come up to wherever you can go. And fold forward here. And again, we'll try for 3 minutes. If you did have a cushion, you can have your elbows on top of the cushion. Find your first edge, and then just feel and breathe. So we're doing the liver meridian now. And the liver is the most important organ for vitality to the whole body. Really want this organ to be functioning, this meridian to be functioning well. Inhale 5, exhale 8, or 4 and 6. And if there's imbalance in this meridian, you can often have a lot of knee pain. It's a great one to do. And the emotion that, when it's balanced, is associated with it is kindness. If not balanced, there's a lot of anger that can come up. Relax, we're almost done. Remember, you can always come out sooner. Otherwise, yin is a practice where we hold the poses longer so we can reap the benefits of the parasympathetic nervous system. Let's finish one more breath, please. If you wanted to stay longer, please do. And slowly come up. Take a moment just to notice the flow of chi, perhaps. And then bring your hands underneath your knees and slowly bend them in. And come off your support into some windshield wipers. Knees to the other side. And then come to lay on your back for supine twist. just for a few breaths, just to bring a little balance back to the spine. Bend your knees, shift them over to the right a couple inches, either cross your knees and then drop them to the left side, or just keep both knees together. Take your right arm behind you if your shoulder is okay. If not, keep it level, shoulder level. Left hand can be on the top knee, or both arms can be behind you. Again, listen to your shoulders, please. Breathing in, light and spaciousness, peace and calm, healing, healing light. Exhale all the darkness, pain, whatever it is. Allow the exhale to move it, and we just be with whatever's happening. Soften the arms and shoulders, face, hips and back. One more breath here. Come to center with your head first. Arms by your side. Shift your bottom to the left a few inches. Draw the knees into your chest and then drop them to the side. If you had the other leg crossed over, do this on that side. Or keep them to stack together. And always use your blanket for prop. Take your left arm behind you if your shoulder is okay. Please listen to your shoulder. There should be no pain. So when we're taking the arm behind us, we're getting into the heart, the lung, and the small intestine meridian. And we're also targeting the urinary bladder line here that runs along the spine. Really soften the shoulders down, the legs and hips. One more breath. Then bring your head to center, left arm to shoulder level, spine to center, knees touching, and feet apart. Just pause for a moment here. Feel that release. And then let's move into Shavasana. And since I have my bolster here, I'm going to put it underneath my knees. You can always use your rolled up blanket. And then let's lie down on our back. You can cover yourself up if you need to. And remember, you can always stay longer in Shavasana if you want. You will just ignore me when I'm ready to guide you out. Take your hands to your backs of your thighs and roll them inwards. Feet out, arms 30 degrees, palms up. And allow yourself to rest in silence here. Just stay here for 3 minutes, and you can stay longer if you want. Soften your whole body now from head to toe. And really take this time to pay attention to any subtle energy movement. Feel your hands, feet, your face. Keep your attention there. And just feel what's happening. If you don't feel it, that's okay. With time, you should be able to feel it. I am this beautiful, pure being. My original nature is purity, peace, and calm. I am healthy and pure. I am this being of peace. I am a being of peace. This peace and purity is my true nature. Begin Begin to deepen your breath to bring awareness to the surface of the body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Gently move your head from side to side. Draw the knees into your chest. And just massage your back. Resting on your left side. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. Come up to sitting. Sit on the edge of your blanket or holster, cushion. Let's take a few moments to notice how we feel now. Observe your mind. Perhaps there's more clarity here, so you can really feel, connect with your true self. Purity, peace, complete health. Notice your heart. Your physical body. Just feel the being that you are. Let's bring our palms together now. Rub them briskly. We'll cover your eyes. Look into the dark space, the emptiness. Perhaps you literally feel the emptiness in the mind. Peace and calm. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release the hands down the front line of your body and back into the heart, dropping your forehead down. Taking a moment of thanks for what came up for you today in this practice. Giving thanks to you for doing this long 1 hour practice. Let us share any peace and calm with all beings. When we find peace within us, it automatically radiates out into the world. And we can do this through our yin practice and meditation. May all beings be peaceful and happy, loveful, kind and compassionate, healthy and strong. And may all beings remember the divine with each breath. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. Hope to see you again here on Azmina's Yoga next time.